Welcome back to another episode of Safe to Say. I have a very special guest with me today. She is an artist, a podcaster, star of a reality show, The West Coast Hustle, Chanel West Coast.
Hi, what's up? How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Yay, I'm so happy that you're here.
I'm so happy to be here. This is the cutest set. I love it.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, where do you get your West Coast from in your name?
So it's such a long story. This is gonna make me sound like a dinosaur. I was making a MySpace music page back in the day. And I was just like trying to make like my little URL, you know what I mean? Like when it was like, you make the little URL for your page and I'm like, every Chanel's taken. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna just put Chanel West Coast.
Yeah.
And then people started calling me that like it was my name. So it just kind of stuck.
Is it because you're from the West Coast?
Yes. I actually like grew up like around the corner from here. I don't want to blast where we are. Maybe I shouldn't tell people that in case they like stalk you. I don't know.
No, they didn't stalk you. But no, I saw that you're from here, Van Nuys, California?
Yeah, I was born in Van Nuys. And then I grew up in the Valley. Like my mom moved a lot, but I lived right around the corner from here when I was going to middle school.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you're a real LA girl.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm a Valley girl.
You're a Valley girl, a real Valley girl.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm from Texas, so.
I love Texas.
Yeah, I love Texas too. But I moved out here 14 years ago, a long time ago.
Where in Texas are you from?
Fort Worth, Texas.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it there.
Yeah, so, okay. We're going to start from the beginning, music career.
Okay.
When did you know that you wanted to be in the music industry?
Literally, I feel like since I was just like a little girl, that's like all I ever wanted to do. You know,
Really?
I'd watch TV and MTV a lot, and I just always knew I wanted to be in music and be a performer. And I did dance, like hip hop dance, since I was like 7. And so just from performing a lot growing up, you know, I just kind of naturally, you know, fell into it. And my dad was a hip hop DJ also, so.
Okay, so you grew up around this.
Yeah, so I grew up around music a lot and just always performing like all the talent shows, all that, you know. Like when I did my first talent show, I always joke, like we did Spice Girls. Mm-hmm. And when I did that talent show, I'm always like, in that moment, I was like, I'm gonna be doing this the rest of my life.
I love that, and you are.
Thank you.
You've really been doing it. You've been doing it for a long time
Yeah.
too. That's cool.
Thanks.
Because I used to be like, oh, I'm going to be famous too. But I didn't live here. So I was from a country little town. And I'm like, I'm going to be on TV. I'm going to do this. I'm semi there, but.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, people don't realize it's a really big head start when you live here.
It is.
And I kind of knew that too, because like I went to school with like all these famous people's kids. You know, I didn't really grow up with shit myself, but that's how LA is. Like it's a mix of people. You know, you can be broke going to school with kids who are rich kids who have famous parents, and just seeing like how like close you are to it like makes you realize like, oh, like this is really attainable here, you know?
Yeah. It is crazy. That's why I love that my kids are from LA.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, I put them in a good position so whatever they want to do, because this is the land of like dreams and this is what, you know, like this is where everybody wants to be to like pursue whatever they have going on. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, my kids are really from LA, so they're going to be doing it big. They're going to be famous fast.
No, it's a good head start. It really is.
It is. Okay, so your dad was a hip hop DJ, so did you used to like go to work with him and stuff?
Yeah, I did. So my dad lived in New York, and when I'd go visit him, I don't even know how he got away with it, but like some of the places he worked at would just let him bring me, and I'd just like stay in the DJ booth, hiding in the DJ booth and like telling my dad like, oh, play this, play this.
Oh,
yeah.
I love that. And you used to watch MTV, and now you have a show on MTV?
Yes.
That is crazy.
I know, girl. This is another funny thing. Because my dad didn't see me a lot, when I would go visit him, he would film everything. Like he would just take a bunch of pictures, film everything. And so he was always filming me. And like, I would say, I have a clip when I'm little where I'm like, actually, it's funny. Your sister's name's Chelsea. My first name's Chelsea.
I was going to say, is Chanel your real name or no?
Chanel's my middle name.
Okay.
Chelsea's my first name. And so I was named after Chelsea, New York, because that's where my mom lived when she was pregnant. But my dad has a clip of me when I'm little, and I'm like, this is Chelsea TV. It's better than MTV and VH1.
What?
Yeah, it gives me chills talking about it.
You have to put that on your reality show.
I know. I got it to them a little bit too late when they were already like almost done editing the show. And I'm like, Dad, I need these clips. And he got it to me too late. So probably in season 2, we'll like mix those in there. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. And like I used to beg my dad, because TRL was like the show when I was a kid, you know, and that was in New York. So when I would visit my dad, I'm like, oh, Dad, take me to TRL. Like you just literally go outside and like look at the window.
Oh
like
my gosh.
The dumbest thing ever.
How cool.
And so like now I have a billboard on that same building for my show. Yeah, it's crazy.
Dang, that just gave me chills. That's so cool.
Right?
You got to put that all together, even if it's just like a little reel or something.
Yeah.
Or on your podcast. You got to put that together. That's
I'm going
crazy.
to. I
That's
know.
so cool. In 2011, you signed to Zone 4.
Yeah, I was signed to Polo to Dawn.
Okay. So they just knew they wanted to sign you and you were just dropping music back then?
Yeah, oh my God, I'm gonna write a book one day. It's such a long story.
You should.
I would have to be sitting here talking to you for a whole hour just to like tell you everything I've been through with my music career. So yeah, it's been a lot, but it's been a long journey.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
Well, you just dropped new music.
I did.
Okay, what is it called?
So I have a new song out called Cool Off.
Okay.
It's my new single. It's definitely a good summer song because it's hot as hell out here.
It is hot.
So it's the perfect song if you need to cool off, you know, go play that. And I'm about to drop my new album. My album's called California State of Mind.
Okay.
And
That's exciting. Is this your first album?
I've dropped I've dropped a couple mixtapes that were like albums, and then I dropped an official album in 2020.
Okay.
Not the best year to drop an album, let's just say that.
With COVID and everything?
Yes, COVID ruined everything.
I know.
So that was a really dope album though. It's called America's Sweetheart, and that was my last album. And yeah, this one it's been a long time in the making. I kind of put it on hold to like when I was pregnant and I wanted to release it with the TV show. So it's been on hold for a little bit.
So now it's time.
Finally.
That's good. That's crazy that y'all can hold on to music so long. I'd be like, drop it now. I can't hold on to anything.
I feel like that's been my biggest mistake I've made is sometimes I'm waiting for the right moments. You know what I mean? And I'll hold on to my music. Next thing you know, somebody's dropping a song with like the same title. And I'm like, oh my God, I have a song with that title. Like I have a song called Pretty Girls. It's on my album coming out. And there's been like 4 songs called Pretty Girls in the past 2 years. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, and I made my song like literally like 2 years ago. So yeah, so it's a mistake I've made. You know, I'm learning now, like you gotta just drop stuff. Like you can't wait. And I'm learning to get better at that. I'm a Virgo, so we're like, oh, it's gotta be the perfect timing, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck the timing now. Like I'm just like, drop it.
What's your favorite song on the album?
Ooh, that's a good question. My favorite song on the album, probably. Dang, that's a good question. I don't know. I really like all of the songs.
Which is like when you're like, oh, my new album's dropping. I'm going to play you a new song. What song do you play, people?
I guess it would be California State of Mind, which is what the album's titled after.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like one of those songs when you hear it, like, and you listen to the lyrics, like it's a vibe.
It makes you feel good.
Makes you feel it makes you feel those California vibes, you know? It's really about like, it's like, this is a place where, you know, there's a lot of broken dreams, broken hearts, but it's also still that place where you can make it, you know? And it's all about keeping like that California state of mind, you know?
Yeah, I know that's right. So you're an independent artist.
Yeah.
So how has it been dropping music, dropping videos, doing it all by yourself?
It's been hard because you don't have like this whole team and all of the marketing money that they put behind you. But being independent is dope because you have creative freedom. So, you know, that's not something that you get as much of with the label, I feel like.
Yeah.
They kind of can be controlling about.
Yeah, so it's kind of better to do it on your own, right?
In a weird way, it is. Yeah, like if you have the right, you know, like I have a fan base from being on TV. So I'm in a unique position where I can drop music and still kind of keep a buzz going through my TV following without having radio and all that stuff, you know?
Right, exactly. Okay, so has your music style evolved from when you first started till now, you think?
Definitely.
Yeah?
Oh my God. When I hear my old songs, I'm like,
why did I do that?
Yeah, no, it's embarrassing.
I know. Well, I mean, you're an artist, you've been doing it, but I can't even, when I do my little like voiceovers on TikTok and stuff, I hate the way I sound. I'm like making a song. I'd be like, no, drop it. No, we're not doing it. I hate this. I'm changing this. I just hate the way I sound.
You have a really nice voice. I don't know why.
No, you do too. Thanks though.
I hate my voice. My talking voice, I hate it. I literally, like, if I could just only be like rapping or singing all the time, I prefer my music voice to my talking voice. But yeah, I don't know. What were we saying? I got lost.
It's okay. Well, you were saying you were on TV too. So you were on the Fantasy Factory.
Yes.
Right? Well, you were just a receptionist there.
That was like a fake job.
Oh, it was a fake job? Yes. I used to watch that show all the time. And I feel like when you walked in, I'm like, I feel like I know you. But I don't. I don't think we've ever met. I think this is my first time meeting you.
I feel like I've met you before, but that's also how you know you're meant to be famous, girl.
Period. But when you walked in, I was just like, I feel like I know her, but I don't. But I used to watch Fantasy Factory all the time. Love that show.
Thank you. I love that show too. I miss it.
How was it?
It was fun. Like, it's funny. Like, I had so much fun doing Fantasy Factory. I actually didn't think that Ridiculousness would go on to be the more successful show.
Yeah.
But I think, Fantasy Factory cost a lot of money to make. I mean, Rob wanted to do all the craziest stuff. So like, like I remember he wanted to like be in like a cage, like attacked by a tiger or something, like just all this random crazy stuff. And yeah, it was really fun doing it. Like we would come into film and not know what we were gonna do. And like that day they'd be like, okay, we're gonna like that. Like, oh, go get attacked by a tiger. I'm like, wait, what? What are you talking about? I'm like, I don't want to do that. So yeah, it was...
Was that your first time being on TV?
Yes.
Yeah?
No, well, I had done some stuff as a kid, like acting. I tell this story a lot. Like the first job I had as a kid, I was in a music video. And it's actually where they filmed that video is where they film Ridiculousness now, in the same studio.
All of your signs and everything is just put together in a line and crazy.
Weird, right?
Yeah.
I know.
Are you into like into that? Are you like deep tapped in, grounded, all the stuff, like spiritual? Exactly.
Yes, no, I really am. Like I feel like, I do say I'm very spiritual. Like I believe in energy a lot, you know?
Yeah.
I'm an energy person. Like I can feel people's energy. And yeah, it's like, there's always been an energy, like even how you asked before, like about knowing when I want to do music. It's always been like an energy kind of guiding me into like that direction, Even with like, being on Rob shows. I used to love Rob and Big.
Yeah.
And like, I would have some friends like make fun of me. They're like, girl, you're obsessed with that show. And I'm like, it's so funny. Like, how do you not like that show, And I think like in a weird way, like just like always watching it, like, and like kind of like being obsessed with that show, like I kind of like manifested meeting Rob. You know what I mean?
So how did you meet him?
That's such a long, through MySpace. We'll just start there.
Okay, through
Good old MySpace.
Good old MySpace. I remember those days.
Yeah.
Top 8 or top 5.
And then you could have like a top 16, which I had to do right away because I felt like people were like feeling salty. They weren't in my top 8.
Always, right? And then you put the little profile picture, the music. I
miss those days.
Me too. We're kind of around the same age, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you know, you know. MySpace
No, MySpace was the shit. No, and I was like popping on there, like how people are like popping on TikTok now.
Yeah.
Like I was, on the top artists, on the unsigned artists. And
what?
Yeah, I had like a really good following on there. Like
so you've been.
Before I was even on TV, I already had a few little MySpace music fans. Yeah.
Okay. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love that. And then you started getting into reality TV. Did that put a pause or halt on your music, or did it fuel it?
It's
and
weird.
Like help it?
Like both. Because when I remember I met with like a couple record labels before I was on TV, and they seemed like they took me really seriously as an artist. And then Fantasy Factory came out, and I think I came off like more like it was a joke or something, like rapping on that show. And so then I started to notice a little bit of resistance from, just people in the industry. But around like my early years of Fantasy Factory, I ended up getting signed to Polo to Dawn, Zone 4, and then that's when a lot of people started taking me seriously. It was just being in the right company of Polo and a lot of artists I was working with at the time, and I think that once I was working with those people, then it all kind of was like fueling each other, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so you have a lot of people stamping you.
I have had a lot of people stamp me. Yeah, I haven't had a big hit yet, though.
It'll come, though. It'll come when the timing
I'm waiting for that.
Yeah, it'll come when the timing is right. Okay, so after Fantasy Factory, Ridiculousness came.
Yeah.
And how was that? Tell me about that. I love Ridiculousness, too.
Thank you. You know, like I said, I didn't really know when Rob asked. So Sterling was friends with Rob, too. And so Rob kind of asked Sterling and I both, like, hey, do you guys want to do the show? And we were like, yeah, like, sure, whatever. So we showed up to do the pilot. Next thing you know, they're like, oh, the show's getting picked up. And I didn't know, like, I did not know. I'm just thinking, like, oh, this is just another thing I'm going to do for a little bit. You know, I had no idea because we were still doing Fantasy Factory when that started. So I did not think it was going to become as big as it did. And then Fantasy Factory stopped and Ridiculousness kept going. And it took a few years to really realize, like, okay, I'm on, like, the most popular show on MTV, you know?
Yeah. The most popular. That's crazy. I feel like that's where I really was, like, got to know you, saw your personality, you know, see that you were funny.
Thank you.
Like that. I love that type of show. They cut a lot of stuff. You're crazy. I know you're crazy.
I swear they literally.
You're like.
No, I feel like I've said so many funny things, and I'm like, that never made it to the show. Like, how did that not make it? So I appreciate you saying that because sometimes I watch the show and I'm like, if people think this is funny, then they need to see
the real me
when I actually talk.
Right, exactly. Because
you know?
you are on MTV, so everything has to be a little censored, right?
Yes, a little.
So you did 30 seasons.
Yeah, 30 seasons.
Was it hard leaving?
Very hard. Probably like one of the hardest things in my life.
Damn.
Yeah, but I'm so happy to have my own show now. And that was just like the natural evolution for me, I feel like. You know, I've always done music. I've always had so many other things going on outside of Ridiculousness. So I felt like the world kind of needed to see what else I do. Like that I'm not just sitting here laughing. I'm doing music. I'm doing all these dope shows. You know, I have a lot of different things going on, and I just feel like my fans don't really get to see all of that, and like they kind of like deserve that, like low key. My fans deserve it, you know.
Okay, so you were like, I'm leaving to better myself, pursue what I really love. I feel like you could grow past that. Like I made my stamp here, made my mark. You did really well. Yeah. Now they're bringing new girls in. Are they trying to find?
They have a permanent. Oh my God, I'm
Lolo, right?
Lolo, yes.
Yeah.
That's her name.
I saw that.
Yeah, so she's the new permanent person there. I think they were just trying to test out
different people.
Who, you know, I don't know. I don't know how they came to their conclusions. But I'm happy for her, though. I think that, you know, it's the type of job that's just like, it's the funnest job ever, so.
Yeah, you just get to go there and watch stuff and react and laugh and talk shit.
Yeah.
That's so cool,
yeah.
Right? So are you and any of your co-hosts still close from that show? Do you still keep in contact?
Not really. Just because, like, we're cool, but everybody's just so busy, especially me.
She's like, I'm focusing on myself right now. No offense,
but yeah, no, I mean, I have a daughter now. Like,
yes, congratulations.
Thank you so much. And so, you know, it's a lot to be a new mom and to have, I have a new album coming out. I have this new TV show. We have a podcast, me and my boyfriend. I have a swimwear line, which like, that's a lot of work.
I know. So your podcast, it's with your husband, your boyfriend.
Yes, boyfriend.
Baby daddy.
Boyfriend, baby daddy.
Okay.
We try to stay away from saying baby daddy, but you know.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Kid's father.
my child's father.
Yeah, period. I love that. Okay, so it's called The Laugh Podcast.
Yes.
Are you going to make me laugh when I watch it?
Yes, you got to watch it.
I'm going to watch it.
I just posted a clip today that was so funny. You know, we've had some really funny guests too. Like my girl, Andrea Lopez. Watch that episode. You're going to crack up. You might have seen her before. She's on TikTok all the time doing like the impressions of like Kardashians.
Oh yeah.
And she impersonates like she impersonates a ton of people.
She's funny.
She's so funny. So we had her on our very first episode and
okay, so it's brand new.
Not brand new, but you know, we took a little bit of a break when we just dropped the TV show because we were posting so much about the TV show. I was doing so much press for the TV show that it was like, okay, let's put the podcast on hold so that we're not like drowning out, you know what I mean, people with content.
Yeah.
So now we just dropped a new episode again today.
Okay. Make sure y'all go tap in, watch that.
It's with
the
B.O.B.
podcast. Okay.
Yeah, I love B.O.B. He's so funny.
Yeah, he is. You got to get Terrell on there too. He's funny.
Do
you know him? That's my kid's father. Do you know who we are?
Not really.
Okay.
But like, I do now.
Yeah, I do now. Well, he has a podcast called Back on Thing, and he's just funny.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm going to watch your podcast. He has to come on there. I'll come on there. I'll do whatever.
Yes, I'll check yours out too.
Yeah, check mine out. I just started mine, so I'm so happy to have you here with me.
Oh, thank you. No, I'm so happy to be here. Like,
thank you so much.
Anybody who, Shirley hooked us up. We got to shout out Shirley.
Shout out Shirley. Thank you.
Anybody who Shirley refers me to, I know is going to be amazing.
Oh, good.
She's
Thank you.
Good energy.
She is. I went on her podcast and she got me so high.
Same.
I'm like, why am I smoking and getting high? I can't even talk. I can't even think. And I'm like, I'm an overthinker. So I'm like, okay,
girl.
I know how I'm going to answer my questions. This. And then when I got there, I was just like, high as fuck. Because right before we even did anything, she's like, oh, you got to hit this bong thing. And I'm coughing. I can't breathe. I'm like crying, tears. I'm like, I can't breathe. There's no way I can do this.
No.
And we had to take like a 10-minute break. I'm like, oh my God. This is
horrible. That's how I felt too. Like, and I could smoke, but Shirley smokes like Snoop. Like, you really do.
She's too much.
She said the funniest thing too. So I forgot what was it we were talking about. And on her thing, I go, yeah, slowly but surely. And I like say slowly but surely. And then Shirley paused and she goes, Shirley. It was the funniest moment.
So
like you have to see it. It was so funny. Oh my God. I can't.
That is hilarious.
Yeah. So shout out to Shirley.
Shout out to Shirley. Okay. So you're a new mom.
Yes.
That's crazy. How do you feel?
I love it. I love it even more now that I'm getting skinny again, finally.
What? You gained weight? You don't even look like you even had a kid.
No, well, if you've seen my new TV show, you could tell I look like I ate myself. Literally, I
mean, that happens when you're pregnant.
And I want everybody to know that too. So the show was filmed last year. So I was filming the show like 6-7 months after I had my baby. So I was still really big. And because I gained a lot. Like, I was one of those people that, like, the whole pregnancy, I was like, oh, I'm still cute. Like, my face still looks skinny. And then that last month.
Yep, it's that last month that'll really fuck you over.
Out of nowhere, I was like, what is going on? I woke up one day and just looked like a balloon, And then it never went away.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I had to go and get lipo, which they show a clip of in the show. It is so funny. I wish we showed more of it, to be honest, because my whole lipo experience was hilarious. The funniest is, so I got it out of my chin, and I took the bandage off, and my boyfriend, he goes, oh my God, your double chin is gone. And I'm like, yeah, babe, like, that's the point. But the way he said, like, he was in shock that it was, because it sucked it out. It was gone right away.
Yeah.
And so he was so funny that he's like, oh my God, like the double chin's gone. And I'm like, yeah, like that's why I went through all this shit.
That's why I have this shit wrapped around my fucking face. Oh my God, I got chin lipo too. And when I was after recovery and I finally woke up, I had that shit wrapped around my face. He was like, you look stupid as fuck. That's what he said to me. He's like, you look stupid as fuck. What are you doing right now?
You look like the mummy. Like, I was all wrapped up, literally, like, and because I did the arms, the whole middle. So I was just like, and I was in Miami too. Did you do it here or where?
Here.
Here's probably better because they give you more painkiller here in Florida. They're like, they have these crazy, drug laws or whatever. So I go to take another painkiller. There's none left. I'm like, what's going on? I like dump it out. I'm like looking on the floor. So I call the guy and he's like, oh no, like that's it. And I'm like, no. What do you mean that's it? I'm like, I'm gonna die if I don't get more painkiller. And I got really mad because the ladies who work there should have probably like told you that, like knowing you're coming from out of state.
Yeah.
And so I demanded, I was like, I need more painkiller. Like, I'm gonna die. And so he wrote me an emergency prescription and it was rough.
Yeah.
It was really rough, but also really rough because it was so hot and humid out there. So being all wrapped up, with that humidity, like.
So you went out there and got a full mommy makeover.
Basically. Well, not the like tuck. Like I didn't get like a.
You just went and got a little lipo.
Just sucked it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Me too. That's fine. So you don't have a problem with putting your business out on your show?
No, and
That's good.
I wanted to tell people even after I did it, I was like, no, we need to tell people what the hell I went through because nobody told me how hard it was. Like people just go around looking skinny, acting like it's like the easiest thing. And it was rough because the itching when you heal, I can't, girl.
I know.
That's probably why my skin looks messed up because I couldn't deal with it. I was still itching. My boyfriend
you have to put oil on.
He'd be like, stop itching. I'm like, I can't. Like my skin, you can tell is a little messed up. It's probably because I was itching so much. But yeah.
And you know what? I went through all that shit trying to get lipo after my babies and did it after every single baby. And I'm like, bitch, all you had to do was lose weight. Why did you go do all that? Do you love that you did it? Or do you feel like, oh, I could have just worked out and lost it?
You know, I could have worked out and lost it, but I know it would have taken way longer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I had to film my show, plus that went away right away.
Yeah.
And I still look like I had a double chin on the show. So I'm like, imagine if I didn't do that, I would have really looked crazy. So we had
invested into yourself.
Yeah. So I wanted people to see, like, you know, it's like I feel like it's more relatable to show the struggle than to like hide it.
Yeah, exactly. That's good. That's how you know it's going to be a good ass show because you're putting everything out there. You're putting it all out there for the people to see. You can judge me. You can talk about it.
Yes.
If you want, love it if you want. I don't give a fuck.
That's exactly how I want it to be. Like, you know, even though like I'm joking, like, oh my God, like I hated that I looked overweight and stuff. Like, I like that people will see, oh, like she was like, F it. Like, I'm just going to go on TV and be myself right after having a kid and being a new mom. Like, that's crazy for me too. Like I've been on TV forever, but I was always on a show where I go to work. That's like my job, and then I come home to my private life.
Right.
Now my private life is on TV, and I'm exposing myself as a new mom for the first time. Oh my God! Every day it was like I kept being like, okay, make sure like. You know, like I don't want to have like one of these like Britney Spears moments. Like remember back in the day where she's like driving with the baby like in the car?
Yeah, like looking dumb as fuck. And they're like, bitch, what are you doing?
Okay, like I would never do something that dumb, but like.
I know what you mean though. Because they'll judge any little thing. Like,
yes.
The moms are crazy.
Yeah.
When it comes to kids, when it comes to moms, that's why I don't even like to post my kids that much or like do content with them or anything because they will tear your ass up for any little thing. This isn't right. You did this wrong. You did this wrong. They'll just tear you up. Nothing's ever right. Like, these are my kids.
No, but as always, if you look at the people who leave these comments, it's usually people who look like they don't even have kids. I'm like, why are you commenting about
You could just never do anything right.
I hate it, but I think that it's just really like almost like a jealousy of like people actually see how much you're killing it as a mom and see how much you're doing all of these like dope things in life and still able to be a good mom. And I think that they're just jealous of that. So they want to try to pick at every little thing, you know?
So I had one of those moments. I was a new mom. I had just had a baby. I think my baby was like 4 months. And I took her to a concert. But that was like our job too. So I'm like, okay, I'm taking my baby to work with me.
Yeah.
And we were at the show and she had earplugs in. But
people were saying stuff.
Everybody. And then Charlemagne called me the donkey of the day. Or me and Terrell the donkey of the day. Because I had my baby out at a concert at 4 months. And she was so tiny. And she had the little ear things in. But I'm like, why are y'all so pressed? Like, my baby's out here. What y'all want me to do? Leave her at home?
Yeah, no, I feel like...
Or not be here? No.
I feel like people... And those little things work, the little headphones.
They work, right?
I brought Bowie to a sound check of mine. She was like 6 months old and she could not hear anything. Literally, she had the little headphones on. She would like look away and we'd be like, Bowie, and she just wouldn't even turn. I'm like, see, look, she can't hear anything.
Bowie's so cute.
Thank you.
I love that name. That's different.
That's what I wanted. We were like, let's pick something that's not in the top 1,000 baby names.
Yeah, exactly.
And now it is, of course.
Of course, right. Okay.
I'm like, we made it popular.
Yeah, exactly. So how has it been being a mom, being a reality TV star, music? Like, you have a lot of stuff on your plate right now.
How is it going crazy?
Yeah, okay. I knew you were going to say that because, girl.
I'm going crazy. Like, I keep joking. I say this because people always ask that. Like, how do you do it all? I'm like, dude, I don't even know. Like, I'm on autopilot. Like, you just get up and go. Like, you get up, you just go. And my mom helps me a lot.
That's good.
So thank God for her.
Yeah, thank God for all the grandmas out here that help out. Cause
yes, without her, I don't know what I would do. She was living in Vegas actually when I first had my baby, and her best friend Donna was helping us a lot, but like it wasn't enough, you know?
Yeah.
And now that my mom's here, I'm like, what was I even doing those first couple months? You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, how did I make it through? I don't even know. But yeah, I feel like I'm way better with time management now.
Yeah.
I used to joke, not used to joke, now I joke, that I used to say all the time, there's not, like, I used to always be like, oh my God, there's not enough time in the day. Oh, there's not enough time in the day. I would like say that all the time, and I'm like, what the fuck was I talking about? Before I had a kid, there was plenty of time in the day.
I know.
Now there's not enough time in the day.
Exactly.
Now it's just like, you like revolve everything around them. When she does her nap time, she goes hard for like 2 hours. That's when I'm like, getting stuff done, all the emails, I gotta send out Coasty orders, like, you know what I mean? Because like I'm running Coasty myself too.
So you have your own swimwear line,
Yeah.
too. Okay, tell me about that. It's just so much going on with you. I can't even keep up.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna send you some bikinis. I'll send you some.
Oh, okay.
They're all very body flattering.
Okay.
You know, we have a couple of like the extra sexy little triangle ones, but I really wanted to focus on like body flattering designs that aren't like as skimpy. You know, like even when I was at my skinniest, I was always the type of person like I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like too naked sometimes. So I was like, we need some bikinis where it's like flattering, like still shows off the booty with like the cinched butt, but like it doesn't need to always be a thong like up my ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's very body flattering, a little bit more like modest designs, I guess you could say.
So are we going to get to see like a little bit of the design process on the reality show?
Yes, and I had a whole shoot on the show too, which it's like, it's so funny. I was really actually feeling myself for being overweight, low-key. I saw myself, I was like, dang, I did not think I looked that bad that day.
So you shot the campaign overweight? Oh, that's the worst too. But you gotta do what you gotta do.
But like, I was low-key feeling myself. And like, when I look back, I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm proud of myself for still being confident like that, because like, I saw myself in the mirror as like hotter, and then I saw the show and I'm like, you know what? I definitely have some confidence.
I have pictures and videos and all that too, and I'm like, girl, you thought you was doing it and you was not.
No, but you know what it is too? After you have a baby, you're so big when you have a baby.
You feel like you're small again, but you're not.
Cute again, right? Even though you're not back to your small self, like, but you're smaller. So then you're like, oh, I'm cute again. And it's like, girl, you were way cuter, like, before.
That's so funny, because I just don't feel like you gained a pound. I feel like you still look the same. You're tiny.
You had to see me a while ago. Like, I just went into my nail place the other day, and you know, the nail ladies are real honest. They said, wow, you're so skinny now, so skinny. And I'm like, thank you. She's like, no, really, the legs shrunk. I'm like, thank you, I know. I'm like, thank you. I know I was big for a while.
I know. The nail people tell me that too. They don't even recognize me.
They're so funny. They're always so honest.
They are. Okay, so what made you want to start your own swim line?
I was skinny when I started.
When you started it, and by the time campaign came around, she was...
I literally fully got my line together. I'm not even joking. And then it was like a month later, found out I was pregnant.
Okay.
So instead of announcing my swimwear that summer, I announced my pregnancy and kind of put my swimwear line on hold and everything too. And yeah, no, I wanted to start a swimwear line because, so this is the funniest thing. You know, I wear like a lot of different outfits on Ridiculousness in my music videos, but I noticed every time I would post in like a cute bikini, I get so many comments like, oh my God, I love your bikini. Where'd you get your bikini? And I'm like, I guess I have really good taste in bikinis.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to start my own line. And then I'm a big person about like multitasking. Like, how do I have fun and like work at the same time? And it occurred to me, I'm like, this is the perfect thing. Like, you can literally be on vacation, at the beach, at a pool, and promoting your brand at the same time. And I was like, this is great. I love to travel. I love being at the beach, you know what I mean, at the pool. And so, yeah, I wanted to design some cute swimwear that like I could wear myself, and, you know.
Do you just live in a bikini all day now? If I had a bikini line, I'd stay in one.
Yeah, no. That also made me realize, like, maybe I should have started like a sweats line because I live in sweats actually. Maybe I should start Coasty Cozy. We'll do that eventually.
So how is it running your own business?
It's hard.
It's hard, right?
Yeah, like I'm, my boyfriend's my partner and like we're doing it, our garage is literally the warehouse. Like,
okay, so you're really doing it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, like, and we're just starting to get into like boutiques and stuff. So like that's where we're gonna start with getting into boutiques. I'm talking to some people about helping get it in like department stores. So once it gets to that level, then we gotta get a warehouse and like, step it up because the garage can't handle all that.
But that's how it starts, and then you'll have that.
I wanted to do it like that too because I feel like a lot of celebrities will do brands, but it's with like some company that came to them and was like, hey, do you want to just put your name on this? Like, I really wanted it to be something that like I'm building from the ground up myself, you know?
I love that.
Because then if it becomes really successful, then there's more money in it.
Exactly. And you can sell your brand. Like you said, you can be in department stores. There's levels. Yep. That's really cool. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll send you some bikinis
ASAP. Okay, so back to your show. What can we expect in season 2?
I don't know. I have no.
She's like, girl, season 1 just barely got out.
Season 1 just came out.
Well, what can we expect in season 1?
So, if you haven't seen it yet, you can expect, you really can expect probably, people don't expect that you're going to cry. I'm known for laughing, being funny, which you're going to get a lot of, but there's some really deep, heartfelt moments. There's some sad stuff that happens in the show, and, it's very relatable. A lot of people have, went through what my friends go through on the show, and...
so your friends are with you?
Yeah, my friends are on the show too, and it's one of those shows you're gonna, like, you go from laughing to crying to laughing to crying.
Well, I'm watching it. I'm going home and I'm watching it. So only 1 episode's out right now?
No, there's... Oh, shit. I'm, like, losing track. There's 5 episodes out. So
okay, so I get to watch it for a minute.
This week is the 6th episode.
Okay, nice. All right, so we're going to play a little game.
Okay.
It's called Lock It In.
Okay.
So I'm just going to ask you some questions and you can just answer them.
Okay.
Quick. So, one piece or bikini?
A bikini.
Bikini. Early studio session or late studio session?
Early, especially these days as a mom.
Yeah, exactly. If you had to listen to one album for the rest of your life, which one would it be?
That, honestly, probably Lana Del Rey, Born to Die. I'm obsessed with that album.
Oh, I love that album. That's a good one.
Lana Del Rey's music's like the soundtrack to a movie. You know what I mean? Like, you can just listen to it always.
Who's your favorite artist?
Ooh. Of all time?
Yeah, who's your favorite artist of all time?
Of all time, probably Tupac.
Come on, Tupac.
When I lived around the corner from here, I was bumping some Tupac, smoking blunts like a little badass kid. I used to be back here in all these alleyways. I like know the whole alleyway circuit around this area.
You do?
I'm not joking. Me and my friends, we'd be like, hey, let's go walk in the alleyway and smoke real quick.
You were a badass kid.
I was, but I was like a good kid and a bad kid.
Okay.
Like, I was like in performing arts, cheerleading, orchestra.
So you were the most dangerous one because didn't nobody know you was bad.
Yeah, like my mom would take me places and people would be like, she's so good. My mom's like, you don't even know. She's terrible. And I'm like,
Okay, sneakers or heels?
Sneakers.
Okay. What were you listening to on the way here?
What was I listening to on the way here? It was just like the radio.
Really?
But I wasn't even really listening. I was in one of those like dazes, you know?
Yeah.
When you're in a daze.
Yeah, clear mind.
Yeah.
What's your number 1 mom tip?
My number 1 mom tip is to completely ignore the tantrums.
I know that's right. Just ignore it till they stop crying.
I'm not even joking. Like when my baby throws a tantrum, I just like, I kind of laugh at her. Like I'm like, and I just like turn and she like, when you don't react, that's when they just kind of stop, you know?
Okay, so I saw you just open for Lil Wayne at like a big festival.
Yes.
What was that?
That was the best moment of my life.
The best moment of my life. I know that's right.
Yeah.
It was a lot of people.
Dude, it was 15,000, I don't know the exact, it was like 15,400 something. And it broke the attendance record for the Illinois State Fair.
Illinois State Fair. Damn.
Yes.
It broke the attendance record for that. You think you had a lot to do with that?
No, that was mostly Lil Wayne.
She's like, yes, they all came to see
I know that was mostly Lil Wayne, but I did have a lot of fans there. I was actually surprised. So many people were DMing me and, reposting. And I was like, dang, okay, I did have a lot of fans here. But, that's also because I was affiliated with Wayne, Young Money, and I have a lot of the same fans as Wayne through, for a few years when I was with Young Money, all of my music I would drop, he was supporting. Like every time I'd drop something, he'd post about it on his Facebook. And so all of Wayne's fans naturally have kind of gotten familiar with me over the years, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it was amazing. Like it's the craziest. I told you this a little bit before we were filming this. Like I'm a big believer in God and prayer and manifestation and all that. And like, I am at this point in my life and my career where it's like, I wanted to take it to Beyonce level, but sometimes, it's like you gotta be a little bit more realistic. And lately I'm like, okay, I don't know if we're gonna ever fully make it there because I've been working my ass off for a long time. And I prayed to God, I'm like, God, please just give me I just wanna perform in front of a crowd that's like Coachella, just a sea of people who finally get to see me, do my thing, hear my music. And that's that moment I really just want in my career. And I'm not even joking. It was 2 months later, this show happened, or a month later, I was booked for the show.
That's crazy.
And it was through a friend who's booked me a lot in my career. He became a friend through booking me. And he's a big fan of Wayne, a big fan of me. And so he was like, yo, I got the perfect opening slot for you. It's to open for Wayne. I know you have your TV show now.
Wow.
I can't say for sure if it'll be in season 2 because I never know what'll end up where, but we did film it.
Oh, that's tight.
So yeah, I'm really...
That's so exciting.
I'm hoping it ends up in the show.
That's huge.
It was girl, I'm not even joking.
Are you still on a high from that?
I am still on a high. When I walked out to that sea of people, it was insane. I gotta where's my phone? I'll show you after this. It was insane. The crowd, because it was a mosh pit style where it's everybody on the floor, but then the bleachers go super high up because it's an area where they do horse races.
Okay.
Huge. It reminded me of something out of the movie Selena. You know when she's in that big freaking Texas stadium? That's what it looked like.
Damn.
It was wild.
That's crazy. Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
That's so cool.
I hope that I say, God, just give me one of these, but I'm hoping it's the first of many more to come.
Yeah, for sure. Many more to come.
Yeah.
What are the pressures of trying to sustain being a rapper?
Definitely staying current. I feel like, I see a lot of rappers who are legends who drop music that sounds like it came out back in 1997. I'm not even gonna say names. Maybe I should say names. I don't know. No, I won't say names. I just feel like, you gotta be able to stay with the times. I say it like I'm somebody who's had 50 hits, but no, I think that that's something that I see other rappers struggle with is continuing to just really stay current. And I think that's why I love Drake, even though I'm Chanel West Coast and I really fuck with Kendrick and he kind of smoked Drake. That's one of the things I've always loved about Drake is he just stays dropping shit and it always sounds current. You know what I mean? It doesn't sound like he's been sitting on this shit for years, even though some of these songs he probably has been.
Right.
But when he drops it, it always sounds new. And I think that that's one of the hardest parts about just staying dope in the rap game is just staying current and not staying so stuck on one style of rapping or one style of beats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Being able to switch it up and stay with the times. But that goes with being just an artist overall, really. I got into music by rap, by hip hop, but I sing. I love all genres of music.
Yeah.
And I'm actually now, because I'm trying to stay with the times, transitioning into doing a little bit more pop, rock, country.
Okay.
And
that's cool.
Yeah, just what blues, I want to do songs that really just make people feel and just, that's what I'm doing now. For me as an artist, I feel I see that people are becoming multi-genre artists.
Yeah.
And I think that's that's where it's at now. Like, you can't just be doing one thing. Like, there's too much content out there. So it's like you have to be able to do multiple things, you know?
Yeah, we know that. You have multiple things going on. I can't even believe that you had time to sit with me here today.
No, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy for you and everything that you have going on. Your new baby, a new mom.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah. That's the best part of just everything I got going on.
That's the best part.
The best part is just being a mom. Yeah.
It is.
Like creating a life and like seeing this little human that was like once in your belly. It's like,
I know.
It's crazy.
It just gives you like the motivation to just do everything else that you have going on in your life. You're like, I have to really do this shit for this person. So
yes. Yeah. That's what I love. Like there's that little fire that you needed, you know, to go farther in life, you know?
Yeah, kids don't hold you back. People think kids will hold you back. I'm like, kids don't hold me back. I'm like, I got to get to the money or I got to get to whatever I'm trying to do because I have these 3 kids.
Yeah. No, you know? For real. I mean, even like with my TV show, I'm like, I tried to get my own show for years and then MTV, I have a kid. And then MTV's like, we want to give you a show now. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, all I had to do was have a baby.
Yeah, they love that. They love family.
Yeah, no, you know, and I think that's what it is though too, is like seeing that dynamic, which when you watch my show, you'll see. It's just really, you know, I think that's what's fascinating to people is to see like, oh, like somebody juggling, doing music and this career while also being a mom, which like, you know, that's dope to see because it's like we're not in the 1950s anymore. Like,
exactly.
Moms are not all housewives. They're not all just staying home and cooking. Like, we have careers. You know, we're doing a ton of shit. And, that's what I'm the most happy about my new show is to show that for all of us ladies, you know?
I'm excited to see that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. You're welcome back anytime. And I'll come on anything you want me to come on, girl.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'll have you on my podcast, too.
I'll come on your podcast, reality show.
You and your boo should come on.
We should come.
Because we're having a couple of our friends, they haven't yet, but like a couple of our friends who are like couples, like in the entertainment industry, we're going to have them come on as couples.
Oh, cute.
Because we felt like it's like me and Dom do it together. Like, might as well have it be like a couples vibe, you know?
Cute. We'll be there.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Chanel. All right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and close out today's episode. Make sure you check out everything Chanel West Coast has going on. She has a lot going on. New album coming out. New single, new podcast. Well, podcast, reality show. Reality show. She has a lot going on. Make sure you check it out.
Yes.
Today's episode was sponsored by Nan Light. Make sure you check them out for all your production needs. Thank you so much for all of our lighting. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, drop us some cute little comments, and we'll be back with more episodes. Bye.
Bye.